This week was New Horizons' second festival, and with that we have completed our second round of holidays in New Horizons. This time last year, a lot of people were wondering what the next year was to come with the holidays. Was Nintendo going to completely rework them? Were they just going to add a couple things in? Would they not even touch them at all? Well, we've had our answer on that. So now I think it's time to look back at all the holidays and rank them against each other, see which is best. And when I say holidays, I mean like every event, seasonal thing that goes on. Not Nook shopping. I'm not gonna go into Nook shopping because there's a lot of them, and it's just items. There's not anything else tied to them. So we're just gonna be doing the seasonal events like cherry blossoms, mushroom, just straight up events like May Day or the International Museum Day. And then there's the seasonal events. These are the big holidays like Toy Day and Bunny Day. With that being said, I am reviewing a lot. I'm gonna try and go fast, so I'm not gonna go too in-depth on any of these. If you really want in-depth thoughts on the bigger holidays, I have made ranking videos for those holidays. I'll go ahead and link them right there so you can get if you really want to get down and dirty. But for these, we're going quick. We don't got time to get in the nitty gritty. Okay, let's begin. Number 19, Summer Shells. During this event, you're going to have blue shells washing up on your shore. I think the ocean also changes color a little bit, but honestly, it's pretty boring. And the items you craft using the summer shells, also kind of boring. A lot of wallpapers, a lot of floorings, and if you're not going for an ocean room in your house, basically useless. Only a couple items here I would personally use, like the shell one, the shell wreath maybe for summer, and then the shellfish little purse here is adorable. I do love that piece. Number 18, Maple Leaf. I do love the deep red color, the trees change, and just the maple leaves flying through the wind. However, the items themselves, the maple leaf theme is fun, but none of them bring me tons of joy. The purse, once again, is good. The umbrella, once again, is good. Everything else, though, is kind of okay, yeah, sure. Maybe I'll use it, but Also, it's just one in a long line of events where you catch the crafting material with your net, which isn't bad, but kind of gets repetitive. Number 17, Young Bamboo. In this case, now the bamboo in town are also putting out spring bamboo, this young bamboo that you can craft with. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that Isabel announces it, you probably wouldn't notice it happening unless you're regularly harvesting bamboo, which, who's doing that at this point? I think a lot of people don't even have bamboo on their islands anymore. And the items, there's a couple good ones, but the reason this one ranks above the other two is mostly for the bamboo doll. You gotta love when you first get it and you're like, bamboo doll, I wonder what that looks like. I imagine a corn husk doll. Then you set it out and it's just this big bamboo shaft and you're like, what the heck? And then you click on it and it does that and you're like, what the heck? Even knowing the tale of the bamboo princess, I was like, I know what this is culturally, but the fact that this just happened is something else. I wonder if Japanese would right away put the bamboo out and be like, I know what's gonna happen, or if everyone in the world was surprised by this. Number 16, May Day. Yeah, Rover is associated with this one, and as I said, I'm not a huge fan of Rover. The red demon eyes, not my thing. Also, it was a disappointment every time I took the training GameCube and he showed up instead of Blanca, so I kind of have a vendetta against him. Sorry, Rover fans. The whole maze part of May Day I think that's a really fun idea, and that they bothered to do it is really cool. Definitely showed people what they could do with the terraforming to have a little more fun in their towns. And I enjoy doing the maze. It can get a little frustrating when you can't figure it out. I think the first year I got it easy breezy. The second year, I think I had to restart on it once or twice. But yeah, and then the prize at the end it's okay. I liked it a lot better when I first got it, the suitcase, because I was like, oh, that's so cool, him with all his travels, blah, blah, blah. But as I've been playing New Leaf, I scanned in his amiibo the other day, and you can get this item from his RV in New Leaf. So it's not even a new item that they brought for May Day. They kind of just recycled a bunch of stuff and threw this event in. And then Rover's photo is just pretty lame, no offense. I don't want his face staring me down in my home. So yeah, it ranks pretty low. As much as I like the whole maze idea, it feels kind of random in context of everything else. Number 15, Acorn and Pine Cone. This is another fall one. We love the fall ones. They are delightful. The problem with this one is to get the freaking materials for it, you need to shake trees like a crazy person. So much tree shaking. I hate it. It's not fun to gather materials this way. Luckily with the 2.0 update, Tornimer turns into Cornimer and he gives you a bunch of acorns, so you don't have to worry about the acorns, but you still have to worry about pinecone. So you'll still be shaking those cedar trees like a barbarian. Overall though, I really do like these items. It's hard to say if it's worth all the shaking, but the leaf campfire is really cool, especially with the marshmallows. I like the pine bonsai tree. The traditional balancing toy is kind of cool. Tree's bounty lamp, that's a huge one. People really love that one, and I agree, it is worth loving. Unfortunately, a good chunk of the good ones need pine cones, and Tree's bounty is the only like really good one that exclusively needs acorns. Number 14, Cherry Blossom. Oh, this one ranks above the other ones just because of the transformation that happens to your town as all the normal trees fill with pink cherry blossoms. It's so cute, and there's all these cherry blossoms flittering through the air. It's just such a fun time. It's too bad it only lasts 10 days. And the items you get from it, it's like half and half that are good. The branches are okay. The bonsai, the cherry blossom bonsai is fantastic. I love the purse once again, but like every seasonal purse I like. For the most part, this one ranks higher than the other ones because of the aesthetic of the cherry blossoms. Number 13, Wedding Season. This one I'm very mixed about. I love all the items. The framing that they did to get the items is kind of fun, that you're setting up a wedding for them to remember their anniversary with. That's very cute. The problem is that it goes for 30 days. And to get a good chunk of items, you have to come back every day and do it. I don't like that about it. And I tried all 30 days and just throw a bunch of things in and call it a day. Like, I actually decorated and tried to do them different every day. And I have a video of that right there if you want to see it. It just got really repetitive. And at the end of it, I didn't feel like I had an overwhelming amount of items. I was like, okay, I feel like that's a good amount I got after doing it for 30 days. I wish you just got more for all that effort. And then on top of that, for 2021, the new wedding items they added, you just got them from the Nook Shopping, which is just, I hate whenever they add new items through Nook Shopping. It's just not creative, it's not very fun, it feels lazy to me. I wish this event, you would only have to participate like 6 times and then you got like a good chunk of wedding items. Number 12, International Museum Day. This one is very simple, but I really appreciate it. I think it's fun to see the thought that went into the museum, how the developers thought of each section of it. I thought that was really, really interesting. I would say my complaints about it is it's kind of a one-day thing and you don't get the whole event in that one day. Like, you only need to go one day to collect all the items from it, and the items, these plaques, they're very cool, but you probably don't need more than one set, so you're not incentivized to come back another day. But in order to see all the different stamp stations that are in the museum, you have to come back multiple days. I kind of just wish to get the 3 items you had to get all stamps, and each section only had like 8 stands in them-ish, so I just wish there were 8 in every day, and you had to get 8 stamps from each section, and then you would get your items. But overall, I like that they have the stamp rally, because after you get over that hump of donating things regularly, you kind of forget about the museum. You don't go in there very often, so this is a nice excuse to go back, revisit it, and enjoy the museum. Number 11, Bunny Day. Oh, it pains me to rank this so low because I love Easter in real life. I love bunnies, so I love all the bunny stuff. I'm going crazy right now, all the bunny stuff coming out. Like, I'm trying to protect my wallet, but it's very difficult. And then there's Bunny Day and New Horizons, and the items are awful. These are just awful. They're worse than New Leaf. Most holidays items, I'm like, yes, they improved upon the previous games. But in this case, it's like, this is worse. This is much worse. Luckily, the 2021 items kind of redeem it, but it's only a few items. It's kind of hard to completely fill out your island and decorate for Easter with them. but at least it's better than what was there before. Like, why did they have so many outfits? As for like the actions, the events itself, I think the egg hunting is fun. I appreciate that they have it for a few weeks before Easter, so you can get into the Easter mood, start setting decorations up and things and crafting and all that. I know people complain about this a lot the first year, but I think it's just because we were playing way more than anticipated. So like, yes, you would get egg overload if you're playing for 5 hours a day. But the typical like 1 hour a day that they're expecting, I think the level of eggs is good for that. Especially when you're not fishing regularly now to make money or collect all the fish for the museum. And I'm also fine with the Zipper Tea Bunny. They watered him down because before, like, he's always been creepy, but before he hated his job, so it didn't seem creepy, but now he doesn't seem to hate it quite as much, so now you're like, are you some sicko that loves being in a bunny costume? I still don't necessarily mind him. It was better when he dreaded his job more, though. It's mostly the items that are dragging it down for me. The gameplay, fine. Zipper, fine. The items, not worth any of the above. Number 10, New Year's Eve. This one's fun. I love having all the people gather, and I like how the countdown zooms out and there's all these fireworks. It just ranks midway for me, just because there's not a ton to do surrounding the event. Like, you just show up and enjoy the countdown, which honestly, it's New Year's Eve. I can't really expect there to be much more than that. What I like most is how all the villagers are there and they're waving their sticks. It's really fun to zoom out. But yeah, not a ton to do surrounding it, not any items. Still good though. So it ranks below some other things. It's good for a New Year's event, but it's New Year's, so it's just kind of ranking below the other things that are a little more involved. Number 9, Bug Off. This one's ranking below the fishing tourney because I don't like the items as much. Also, I suck at catching bugs, so I don't enjoy this as much. Honestly, it should rank even lower, probably, because I really just don't enjoy catching bugs. And most of the items I do not like. A lot of them are cheesy, like the ladybug rug or the umbrella. Then if they're not cheesy, I just won't use them, like the toy centipede and the termite mound. And then it gets into the pretty good items like the spider webs and the toy cockroach, but I'm only going to use those if I'm going for like an abandoned vibe. So like, the only item I really like is the artisanal bug cage. So it's not like I want to grind out all and get a bunch of the other items just for the bug cage, you know? So honestly, it should probably rank lower than this, but I do like seeing Flick, so it's up there. And selling any bugs I've stocked up for 150% is pretty good. I much prefer fishing, which brings us to number 8, the fishing tourney. I really enjoy this. I love fishing with friends too. Inviting them over and like competing to fish is really fun. And selling my fish for even more is great. Plus the items, there's only 1 or 2 that are like particularly bad. The fish wand is particularly bad, but most of them are pretty good. I like the anchor, I like the cooler, I like the fish prints. Like, nothing is horrendous. I don't think anything's as good as the artisanal bug cage, but they're all decent enough. And they're all usable around your town, especially if you're gonna have like a little fishing area, like a fisherman's hut or a fisher's market. I even like the little fish door plate because it comes in so many different color variations and it can look good hanging on your wall. And the fish print I especially love. I would say the 2 things I don't like about the fishing tourney and the Bug Off is that it takes 300 points to get the gold trophy. You're grinding for hours to get that, and it does get old at that point unless you have a friend to kind of help boost how many points you're bringing in. Number 7, snowman season. I love making snowmen. I just did a video last week about them, and they just bring me delight. I think it's just because I'm in a desert and I never got to make snowmen as a kid. I probably only made 3 or 4 in my life, so it's just delightful. I love how the controllers vibrate a little while you're making them, and just the sound of the snow, the crunchy crunch. I know it's super annoying if your town's super decked out, but when you have an empty town, making a snowman is just beautiful. And the items, I think the items are so worth it. They're worth making the snowman, they're worth catching the snowflakes. And it's just fun having all these snowmen around your town. Everything about this, I enjoy. Everything about this. There's nothing about the snowmen I dislike. Except for trying to make them correctly. At first, I had a lot of trouble with that. And catching the snowflakes can get a little bit old, but it's not that bad. Number 6, mushroom season. With a name like Shroomy, you knew this was going to be relatively high. I love the new mushroom series. In the old games, it was a house series, so there were table, chairs, TV, things like that. I love that it's like meant for outside now. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the day that I can use these. I was moving last mushroom season, so I didn't have time to do it. And then this last mushroom season, I just had a newborn, so I didn't have time to do it. So hopefully this year or next year, I'm going to finally have the mushroom paradise of my dreams. I also like how you collect the mushrooms. There's none of this running around with your net, shaking trees or anything like that. They're just there that day. You pick them up, you stow them away to craft with later, and you can make a butt ton too. The rare mushrooms, oh my gosh, that's a good money maker there. And it's effortless. I guess you need to have a pretty good town to get rare ones, huh? But yeah, love the mushroom season. I want to gush about it longer, but basically it's mushrooms. All the mushroom items are good. I love it. I haven't used it yet, but I've loved what I've seen other people do. Number 5, Toy Day. So we are getting into the bigger holidays now. The reason Toy Day ranks below the bigger holidays for me is just because of shaking trees. To craft the items, you need ornaments. And to get these ornaments, you have to shake trees. And I hate it so much. I don't want to sit shaking trees. I wish there was an alternate way to get these, but there's not. I don't even think day of there's some fast and easy way to get them. The other thing I hate is that the season for this begins December 15th. I just think that's so weird. Maybe it's because I'm American, but like we set up Christmas day after Thanksgiving. I think it would have been appropriate to start this like December 1st, but for some reason it goes till the 15th to January 6th. Very weird. I could see it going to like January 1st, maybe. I don't like the time they picked for it. I don't like gathering ornaments. However, day of is great. I love delivering the presents. I love how gushy your villagers get. They're all so cute. And I love the day after if you hang the stockings that Jingle gives you. The day after when you click on them, his photo's in there. That's really cool. Just a cute little element they added. Love the event part of this itself. It's just the dang items. Why are they doing it 10 days before Christmas? It's 10 days before Christmas, and then it's flipping annoying to gather the crafting material for it. Also, recipes are relatively annoying to get too. I don't think you can get all the recipes day of either from like villagers and things, so it's just the items part of this event I don't like. So yeah, it's ranking below the other ones. All right, we're getting into the top 4, and honestly, all of these are pretty interchangeable depending on my mood. I'm looking at them right now, and my brain's already like, maybe that one should be 3, maybe that one should be 4 instead, maybe that should be 1. Like, they are all basically number 1, number 2, number 3, all of them at the same time rank for the first 4 spots, but I had to pick an order, so here we go. Number 4, fireworks. I love the fireworks show so much. They did such a good job in New Horizons. The fireworks are gorgeous. I love having the villagers gather. That's phenomenal. One night I had them, because the firework festival doesn't come with specific outfits, I had them all dressed in wizard outfits. It was hilarious. It's not an actual holiday in real life, so it's a good time to invite a friend over and hang out in Animal Crossing. And I love all the prizes you get from Red, especially the new items they added in 2021. I love the cotton candy, and the other stuff is fine too. The fountain fireworks look gorgeous. All around, it's great. The items you get from it are so fun, and it's so great seeing all your villagers gather, and it's just a festive mood. And speaking of festive, number 3, festival. This one, a lot of why it's getting ranked so high is because of Pave. I just love the energy, the passion, the passion festival. Yeah, it's all Pave here, because the whole catching feathers thing, it's fine. Oh, and the villagers. That's another. The villagers also bring it with this event. The way they're all dressed up and they're all like dancing and everything is so fun, throwing confetti at you. I love that part of it. But the items and what you actually do day of is kind of boring. Catching a bunch of feathers, then bringing them to Pave. The items are good. They are good. However, they're kind of, for me, I'm getting summer vibes, you know? So it's really weird to be getting them in February. I definitely don't feel incentivized to put them out, but maybe in summer I'll make like a little tiki bar or something. It's just hard to get pumped in February with these weird tiki-ish kind of items. I have such mixed feelings about the float. When I first got it, I was like, what? But like, you really can't have it out a lot and on. The music gets really annoying. But it is like this big, massive kind of fun thing. So I'm definitely mixed feelings about that too. Overall though, Love the energy Pave brings and the energy he inflicts upon my villagers because they're dancing their little hearts out. And number 2, Halloween. Number 2 and number 1 are once again neck and neck. They're basically sharing spots for both 1 and 2. Halloween. I love it. Love it. I love the items. They did spot on. They get me in the Halloween mood. I love that you start collecting the recipes October 1st, so you have all of October to be building up to Halloween. I love that the material you use, you grow yourself, so you can control how much you make, and it's not really annoying to seek it out. Also, you can grow the materials year-round, so you can scale to whatever level you're going to need for how much you want to deck out your island in Halloween. I honestly think the Halloween items are the easiest event items to get your hands on, which is great, because you want to deck out your whole island in Halloween. It's fun how they glow at night. It's just all around a really good time with those items. I appreciate the event itself. You can also get everything you need in case you weren't able to play over the last month. You can get all the recipes then. You can get a bunch of pumpkins and things, so you can make up for lost time. The day of, items on Halloween, the carriage is legit. I love the carriage. Totally makes it worth it to log on Halloween. The other items are like kind of meh. The gameplay Halloween night is okay. It's fun to see all the villagers dressed up in their costumes. That's really cute. Even the shopkeepers get in on it, Timmy and Tommy, Mabel and Sable, and that's really cute. And it's fun going trick-or-treating and things. But I feel like the mood for Halloween, you get more into it leading up, but the day of, it's a little cherry on top of your real life Halloween, but it's not super involved or anything like that, which is good, because you have your real life Halloween to be involved in. And number 1, I'm gonna say it's Turkey Day. The thing that gets Turkey Day to number 1 for me is just the villagers gathering around, salivating over the food, like just so excited for the party to start. They're so freaking cute. And I love the day of event itself, being the little gopher for Franklin. And it's nice because each time you bring back what he asks, you get items exclusive to Turkey Day. So it makes it worth your time to play Turkey Day. But also, I feel like gathering the things for him, it's not too grindy and it also doesn't take too long. There's a good variety, like get mushrooms, get pumpkins, catch this fish. And a lot of it you can prepare for, so you're not investing too much time on a major holiday, but it's also quite fun. And then if you do have a little extra time, you want to be a little more involved day of, then you can go out of your way to get the special ingredients, which are a little bit harder to get. You can give those to him, and then he'll give you the DIY items. And since you had a little extra time to catch all those things for him, maybe you have a little extra time to, like, redo a room in your house to fit with Turkey Day and the new items. Plus, they don't take special materials, which is nice. You can craft them any time of the year without having to save, like, turkey feathers or something like that. I also like that there's a spring and fall variation, so you can use them at different time of the years. I wish there was a winter and summer variation, but I understand that they made them for Turkey Day and there's just the 2 hemispheres. But I really want to use the casual dish year round, but it's just a little bit too springy and a little bit too fall-y to try and sneak into summer and winter. You kind of can, but you definitely can't do the whole series during winter and summer. During the fall and spring, though, this series is great. You get those little turkey elements, but I think during those 2 seasons, these items can work really well. They're not overly turkey. Yeah, Turkey Day just knocks it out of the park in all the elements. Good items. The villagers are freaking awesome on Turkey Day. Oh, I didn't mention, like, them cooking in their houses is so cute. I just love the villagers on Turkey Day because everyone is involved. There's the people in the plaza just salivating over the food, very excited for every dish coming out and being all happy and festive. But then there's also the villagers in their houses there to help you out, and they're like cooking away, just being part of the Turkey Day extravaganza kind of thing of it all. I love that. So yeah, Turkey Day just knocks it out of the park. There's great items. The villagers are super involved, which I love, and the stuff they have you do day of, I feel like it's worthwhile, but it's not grindy. And that's why I gave number 1 to Turkey Day. So there you have it, my thoughts on all the seasonal events in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I want to know what is your favorite and which one do you think had the most glow up? Thinking fireworks. Although the new Bunny Day items were good. I wish they had added something to everything, but you know. Oh, I also really like the Turkey Day food that they added. but it's more like just making an item of the food that was already there. And this whole month is going to be New Horizons month to celebrate the 2nd year anniversary, so keep a lookout for videos coming the rest of this month that just focused on New Horizons. I will say I think Nintendo did a pretty good stinking job on all the holidays and New Horizons. A lot of them have a nice lead up, but not all. Like, it's very balanced, everything they had going on. I appreciate the job they've done. Except for gathering materials from trees! I also really appreciate that Nintendo was thoughtful to people who are spending time with friends and families on holiday and don't have a ton of time to get into the nitty-gritty of an Animal Crossing event. I really appreciate it being spread out across a month and not just all, you need to pour in 4 hours today on this holiday between these hours, or you're not going to be able to get all the items or experience the whole event. Anyway, thank you so much for watching until the end. I look forward to seeing you next time. But until then, I hope you have the loveliest of lovely days. Bye.